Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of your favorite show, Reign After Show. Today we have an amazing special guest, and we might have been hating on her in earlier episodes, but she is like the sweetest human being ever, so you better stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I just love this song, and we only get 3 more episodes to hear it! Hey everybody, I am Keetin Marchi, your host, here for the Reign After Show. It is episode 13, Coup de Grace. It was a crazy app, but what's even crazier is who we have in studio today. Well, first of all, you should follow me all over the interwebs at Keetin Marchi, so I don't forget that. But I am geeking out right now because we have our very own Nicole, played by Ann Pirvu, in studio.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I'm pumped.
You guys, she looks gorgeous too. Can you please tell me who made this dress, because it's just so stunning?
Oh, thank you so much. This is an amazing Canadian designer, Leslie Hampton, and I just have to do it. I'm sorry.
Can you do a
twirl?
I'm
Please.
gonna
Yes.
do one of these.
I want it. Do one of these.
Strike a pose, girl. You got
One
it.
of these. Yep.
And where can they follow you on social media to see all like the full photos of the dress?
At Ann Pirvu and Leslie Hampton, at Leslie Hampton, and I will make sure to mention that.
Awesome.
She's amazing. Please look at her.
You look stunning.
You do look stunning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
It's such a pleasure, and I'm grateful to be here for this particular episode. Next week is gonna be pretty fun too, but this week is pretty awesome. I gotta say, yeah.
Oh my God, my heart's racing.
No, this week was one of those episodes. I'm not even gonna I got the script. I think it was 2 days before we started shooting, and I was reading it as I was going on the way on the street somewhere, and I literally stopped in the middle of the street reading the script. I went, and then we were like, oh, I'm calling. I'm like, oh crap, go! It's amazing.
I seriously, my heart's racing right now. I can't even imagine getting any worse than this episode we just watched.
Oh my gosh. Well, introduce yourself first, and we'll dive into the episode, because this is your second week with us. So,
Third week.
Third week. Oh my gosh, it's your third
we
week
missed
with
you
us.
last week, Keetin.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. Well,
It was my twin and I, Lina, mole twin.
ugh, you guys. I can't sit next to you guys because y'all are so pretty.
So guys, I'm Lina Noory. You can find me on social media at Lina Noory _ on Twitter and at Lina Noory on Instagram. And I'm totally fangirling right now, sitting next to Ann, which I was going to call her Nicole because I'm so used to watching Reign. But she looks absolutely stunning, and we're so glad to have you here.
Thank you, sweetness. It's great to be here.
Well, Phil threatened us. We have to.
Hi,
Phil.
Miss you.
Phil is so sad he couldn't be here tonight, so he wrote a letter for us to read aloud to you, Ann, as well as to everybody else. So I'm going to read that really quick. And so welcome, Ann, to the Reign After Show here at AFTERBUZZ. Though I am not here right now, I have no doubt how much your beauty radiates an already radiant room. Oh, Phil. How could it not with Keetin and Lina? Oh, thanks, Phil.
Get back here. Where are you, Phil?
I am sad to be missing this great moment, especially because as a fan, I have nothing but probing questions regarding Nicole. In an odd way, though, it's a fun, humbling experience because I get to partake like every other Reign AfterBuzzer gets to. I get to sit where I am and watch or listen as some of your fans choose to. And I tell you this, even though the show hasn't even fully started, I'm already enjoying every moment of it. That's right, I like Nostradamus, can see into the future. I also see you having a blast. Thank you for making the time and coming to our show, and congratulations on being part of such a great show, even though I find Nicole deplorable. Winky face. And then he threatened, he said, Keetin or Lina, you better read the wink.
Ready for the wink? Ready?
And to all the fans, I hope you enjoy Ann's appearance as much as I am. Don't forget to comment below. And you are always welcome back here at AfterBuzz.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That is so sweet.
Thank you.
And, and it doesn't end there?
It doesn't end there because Ann had a birthday recently.
Oh, it's coming up, girl. It's coming up next week.
It's
so
next
this
week.
is like we're early
Okay, so
celebrating.
we're celebrating early. I'm so terrified that I'm gonna pop this, and it's gonna.
Wait.
I haven't drank on this show since Johnny Canyon was
I'm
here.
a notorious Japanese tourist, so I'm gonna videotape this.
Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, if it explodes on like all the electronics, they're gonna kill me.
And it doesn't just end with champagne. So Phil actually.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I will show you guys this later.
So Phil actually wanted us to also get you a bottle of wine because he says you age like fine wine.
Oh, that is so sweet. Is this a nod to the episode
This is
with
for you to
Narcisse
take
in the vineyard?
home.
Oh, in the You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
so
you so much
welcome.
for coming.
I was gonna say, Phil better watch out because you brought your boyfriend here today. So, gentlemen, sorry to say, she is off the market.
Anne is taken, guys. She is taken.
Can I get you?
I was heartbroken for a second.
All your girl crushes. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys start talking while I
my
continue
God.
to pour champagne. We're gonna
my God.
start with Scotland today, guys, because some crazy things happened. There was a
Wow.
death. You know, this is, I think, the first episode of Reign in a while that we not only got a very epic death, but we got some hot sex too.
Look at the multitasking abilities over there.
She's very excitedly. Oh yeah, lots of things
All
have
right,
happened on
Before we get into it, let's do a toast.
Wait. Poor people in the chat are probably like, talk about the episode.
Happy
Cheers!
birthday, Anne,
Happy
and
birthday,
here's to
Anne.
Reign.
Here's to
Yes.
Reign.
Cheers.
Woo!
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay. That was
What an amazing episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is one of my favorite episodes. Of
Really?
the fourth season for sure. But so far, it's beyond
I
incredible.
love how much of a fan of the show you are.
Oh,
like,
yes.
and we'll talk more about you getting on the show once we're gonna do Scotland, England, then France, guys, and because she's in France, and we'll go into all things Anne and Nicole. So they're in Scotland. Mary decides to announce her pregnancy because she realizes Darnley is still kind of out to get her and trying to use the Privy Council against her. What do you guys feel about kind of Mary trying to take control in this way? And do you think it was a smart move, or?
I think it was an incredible move, and I think to neutralize him, she basically made an announcement public and sort of eliminated that leg up that they had on her, you know? So it was a very smart move.
I think it's incredible because she knows Darnley so well. She knows that all he's seeking is approval and attention and respect, and obviously towards the end of the episode he actually admits that to her, so she just takes that opportunity. She's like, I'm gonna make sure he can never question whether this is his child or not. But then of course, you know, Darnley just continues to never.
Well, because and Mary brought up a good point, and that this Darnley's main weakness is he just wants to be loved. I love that line. Isn't that an amazing line? And she just puts it out on the table like that. Yeah. She's like, she knows how he's gonna react if he's in a space where he's kind of like I hate tonight. Darnley's kind of. Never mind, I can't get into politics. I'm not gonna, never mind. We're not getting into politics here. But as long as you feed his ego, he's going to do what you want, and he's not going to contradict you if it makes him look good too, / if it makes him look even better. But unfortunately, we have Knox in Darnley's ear, which Knox is the worst, and I hate him. And I don't know what happens in history to him, but I hope he suffered. Because...
Wait till you see what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I'm so bad at this. Nothing happens. He's fine.
So what happens with Reverend Knox?
Let's historically
Episode
speaking.
13. Yeah,
Let me pull that up.
So Mary turns everybody against, or not everybody, but gets everybody on her side for once, which is great.
And isn't it lovely, just on a side note, how, you know, even though their marriage is so rocky, a woman still knows her man.
Yes!
And knows how he's, the fact that she actually knows how he's
absolutely.
going to react and is ballsy enough to put it out on the table. I love that. I think that's, you know, they are married after all, and there is real love there. And that's what I love about how Adelaide and Will play out this relationship. You know, I'm sure there's a genuine connection there to begin with. And then all this extra.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, they tweet each other, and today I saw that she tweeted Will Kemp saying, "Left me in the woods pregnant. # worst husband ever. I about died." That was by far the funniest thing she's ever tweeted. It's like, that's incredible.
It's like, bye. But this is the thing. You don't, like... So after, obviously, he realizes he made a mistake by actually claiming that he was the father and not kind of denouncing, like,
Strategic mistake.
Yeah, strategically, that was dumb. And, of course, Knox lets him know, you idiot. But, you know, that's not really Darnley's... He doesn't really think before he acts. But...
Which I think is also, like, it's a bonus to his character. Like, as much as I was like reading through all the tweets and all the fans are hating on Darnley. Isn't he such a wonderful character to hate? But that's his saving grace. Like, he actually, there's a part of him that isn't exactly all that malicious. It's not as malicious as it comes across, right?
Well,
yes, he wants power. Yes, he wants the crown matrimonial. But at the end of the day, he's just a man that wants to be loved and
he
he's
doesn't
in a
want
relationship with a woman.
He doesn't want Mary to get hurt.
No,
That's
not
what
at all.
was
He does
great
care about her
this
very much.
episode is that we saw, like, regardless of, you know, even though he wants to be king and he doesn't want Mary to have the power, he doesn't want Mary to die. That's
Absolutely.
like as soon as he realizes, oh my gosh, this is what Knox is trying to do, he's just like, no, we can't do that. Like, what are you doing? And then he's like, and even after they're like, well, we're gonna try to like catch her in adultery, he's just like, but she'll just go to prison, right? Like you're not gonna kill her. And so you see, okay, wow, there's a lot of levels to this guy. And
Absolutely.
he cares about Mary. And like, but you can tell he's a caring and loving guy because of how much he loved what was her name, who Mary by accidentally killed, who
With the horse.
what was her name?
Oh my
I gotta pull
gosh.
up the chat. They know her name.
Wow, I'm blanking on this too right now, which is really hilarious.
I don't remember what her name is. Anyways,
Yeah.
he had a love and he really wants to love Mary and he wants to love in return, but that love is shown to him by her giving him power, and she's just like, sorry buddy, you're a loose cannon and you cray.
Yeah.
So they're trying to catch Mary with Bothwell because obviously Bothwell is like the big kind of counterpart to Darnley, and Bothwell's a little too smart for that and kind of like catches it before. And, you know, I'm so happy Bothwell, we all know through history Bothwell will marry Mary at some point. We don't know if we're going to get it in the show because there's only 3 episodes left, so they're going to have to do a major time jump. I don't know what they're going to do, or another network is going to have to pick it up.
I feel like I'm watching Anne's face to see if she like flinches when we say something, if it's gonna happen.
Oh my
like,
god!
right now you said,
I know. I'm like.
Is he gonna marry? Is Bothwell gonna marry Mary? And I'm like this.
No, in history.
No,
she
like
does.
on the actual
Oh, on
show
the
because
actual
there's only
show.
3 episodes left. I wish there was 3 seasons left.
Oh, to Bothwell.
know.
Love you. Love me some Bothwell.
Okay, but that scene where he thinks he's gonna catch her with Bothwell, and then actually they end up catching her with David Rizzio.
Yes.
Well, even before that, we see Rizzio, because I loved Rizzio, but I've always I'm like, you're like almost too good to be true.
I know.
Like, there's always been a little something that I'm just like, wait, are you real? Like, what are you hiding? You're hiding something. And we figured out today what he was hiding. He's hiding his sexuality.
Yes.
And obviously, in that back in that time, it was like, no, like you can even talk. And so for him to kind of put his like reputation and life basically on the line by trying to blackmail the treasurer of the Privy Council was just
Shows
like,
you where his heart really was.
Yes.
You know, and I also love, you know, when you watch an episode of something, or just TV in general and storytelling, and they build up this beautiful connection. And Mary had a moment in this episode where she was like, I just want you to know you mean so much to me. Rizzio, you are a true friend and I love you, or something like that. And then I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so bad.
No.
Like, even as I was reading the script, I'm like, I didn't know what was going to happen to Rizzio, but I'm like, oh no.
That
Something's coming.
foreshadowing.
Something's coming. So great writing. This is how the mark of great writing is that they set you up for these like crazy
Who wrote
highs
this
and lows,
episode?
right? Oh, Kelly and John, I think.
Kelly and John.
So that exact
Oh,
the exact scene that you're talking about, I was watching it, and I'm like, she's going out of her way. They're like setting it
yeah.
up. And I'm like, either he's backstabbing her or he's gonna die. And then first, he obviously is the one that finds out in the ledger
Yes.
that Lord Ruthven had actually been taking money, and like the ledger was like incorrect. So first he calls him out, and then he questioned his sexuality. I was like, okay, he's getting killed off.
No, he didn't question his sexuality. He straight up said, dude,
I saw this happen.
I saw this happen. You're getting with the same guy I'm getting with, and if you have any concern for your reputation, you will do what Queen Mary says. Because he left that room being like, bye, no, sorry, you're not gonna get me. I have people behind me, Mary. Like, screw you. And I think he was scared, and so for a second I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
Rizzio, he's like, now we're good. Mary's good. Like, he's gonna do this, and then And then
Shall we
yeah,
talk
let's
about
just go
that?
into it because
Yes.
it's so sad. Wait, can I just ask a quick question? Did Megan direct this episode?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I
Yes.
thought this was Megan's episode. Yeah.
Yeah, she was. First of all, we can talk about just how wonderful it is to work with Megan because she has such depth to her work in general. But as a director, she's such an actor's director. It's wonderful. Like she thinks the way we do, right?
Yeah.
So she is like so entrenched in the storyline, and she takes her time with everything, and she gives you all these amazing movements, meaningful things that you can actually incorporate into your, into the way you interpret the character. She's incredible, and the way that particular scene. So Rizzio's death is an actual historical moment.
Yeah, tell us more about this.
It's an impactful moment in Mary Queen of Scots in history and her life, and that was actually a huge scene to be, reenacted in the show. And I'm really glad that she took her time. I think it was something like 56 stabs. Like actually, he got stabbed 56 times. Trying to getting caught
Caesar
with
over
Mary,
here. Ugh.
and he was being accused of. He was the scapegoat. He was being accused of sleeping with Mary, right, or being her lover, and therefore having that inappropriate relationship. So he was a scapegoat, and he was a scapegoat. Right, 56 times, I think it was the exact number that he got stabbed, and that was horrific. Just such a beautiful job all around. It was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking watching
an
it.
insane scene. I literally I felt my heart drop. I was watching, and I'm like, "There's no way," and they were so graphic about it. And then, obviously, you see that Donnelly's holding Mary back, and it was, you actually saw like an endearing side to him. You could tell he didn't know it was going to go that far. I mean, he didn't even. The Lord Riven had to take his knife out and stab him like the final one in the heart.
Yes.
But what's
I
crazy-
thought he was what's interesting about that, he took Darnley's knife, because Darnley did not participate. Notice, right? It was very obvious.
Yeah.
He did not want to participate. He was actually holding Mary back, right? And in a sense, protecting her, because it was crazy, right?
Yeah,
they were just going at it all
absolutely
over the place,
protecting
right?
Adelaide, yeah.
Yeah, and so, smart as he is, Lord Ruthven grabs his knife, and he's like, no, you're a part of this, and puts the final
validate it,
stab,
yeah.
right? To be like, no, he was a part of this. So I loved the juxtaposition of that and adding that layer to Darnley's character, because, from an outside perspective, you think Darnley's a part of it. But then, is he?
Well, yeah, because
is he?
If Donnelly didn't stab, it wouldn't have been a whole betrayal. So it's
Exactly.
the knife in the heart's kind of like he walked in and it's Mary with Rizzio, which is crazy because even when Bothwell had left, I'm like, but Rizzio's still a male. No one really knows about his sexuality. So how did this diffuse anything?
Well, it's a
I agree
political
with you.
move.
Yeah,
It's a political move, right?
It's absolutely political, and I love when they do stay so close to history, because why change history when it was just as crazy, if not crazier, than what we can write in fiction. So I'm so glad you shared that with us, because
I'm pretty
so
sure that was
interesting.
yeah.
And then so obviously Mary is heartbroken, but realizes she's got to get out. So she kind of fakes that something's going on with the baby, and
wants to have a real one-on-one, right? To connect and be like, listen.
Which I agree with. That was super smart of her. And again, she's right. Darnley, what do you think they're going to do to you? As soon as I'm out of the way. Really?
But also, it was her last card to play as well, right? Because
Yeah.
right now she's a captive, essentially. And so she needs him to be an ally.
Yeah.
Again.
And she got him to be an ally, and she was able to escape the castle. And then baby daddy leaves pregnant wife in woods. # worst husband ever.
And riding a horse while pregnant. Girl, you made that look beautiful, Addie. That was awesome.
Now, do you guys ride your own horses, or do you have stunt people?
They do, yeah.
They do?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to. I was kind of bummed about it. I was like, oh, what did I get? I got dancing lessons, which was wonderful, and they actually ended up cutting. Yeah, you remember that belly dancing with belly dancing episode? We had a whole choreographed dance that unfortunately we didn't have a chance to showcase, on the show.
amazing.
But it was so much fun. Yeah, but no, I wanted to ride a horse. I was like, oh, there's stables and everything where you get trained.
When Gil Darnell was in here, he was telling us, who played Mary's uncle, I believe, back a couple seasons ago. He was saying how any chance he got, when he wasn't doing anything, he's like, "Can I just go ride the horses?"
Yeah.
which is what I would do. I'd be like, ponies. So Mary
so
gets away.
beautiful.
She finally gets to Bothwell, and she has men on her side, and they are going to fight this coup that has happened. But at the same time, does this mean Darnley's gone for good? What's going on?
I'm looking, Nicole.
Oh, I don't know.
Tell us, please.
I don't know.
Well, it's cool to know they give you the entire script, because I know some shows they only give you your parts.
Yeah. Oh no, we all. Yeah.
That's
It's
really
the entire
fun.
story, yeah.
So why
Absolutely.
don't you have a sip of this drink so you can talk a little
why
bit
we
more?
Is this what this is?
You want some, by the way? Get in there, buddy. That's all for you.
So I was
Yeah.
actually thinking about something, and I was talking about it last episode about, or I believe it was the episode before that, how Mary's the one that put together the coup against Elizabeth. And although she ended up stopping it, you know, she sent Lord Bothwell to retrieve her pin, her seal. It's crazy, like karma. Like, I'm always Team Mary, hashtag Team Mary forever.
Interesting.
That's
That's
an
an interesting
crazy
perspective.
How
Yep.
literally exactly what she did to Elizabeth ended up happening to her. And it's almost like it kind of humanizes her and it humbles her that this is exactly what you put Elizabeth through. And of course she ended up stopping it, but she still started it. And sometimes even when you stop it, it just keeps going. It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder in
It's
that
very
exact moment if she was thinking that. Like, this is exactly what... Like, Elizabeth was going to be trapped, remember, in her own castle.
Oh yeah,
And one of the
that's such a good point. Yeah.
One of the
Hey,
questions
karma.
one of the questions was, what's going to happen with Elizabeth when we retrieve her? And she's like, oh, we're going to keep her a prisoner. And then everyone was kind of like, well, we know that's not going to happen. And as long as she's still alive, she's always a threat. And then it turns right back around and she's pregnant, even worse. And it's her husband that stabs her literally in the back.
Yes.
Speaking of
True.
Elizabeth, how about we move to England? Because not a ton of time was spent in England this episode, but enough.
Yeah,
we
that's-
see that Prince Ferdinand, correct?
Archduke.
Archduke
The
Ferdinand.
Archduke.
Sorry, Archduke
Yeah.
Ferdinand discovers Elizabeth's secret love affair with Gideon. And as much as Elizabeth tries to, I was reading erotica.
I love that scene actually.
my
No, but she
God.
could have been
Virgin
like
Queen.
busted, but she's like, no, it was all about you, babe. You should know. Did you see those? Oh my gosh.
But she looked repulsed by him when he was kissing her. Like, even the scene after they've already they were intimate the night before, she's like sitting there like sipping. Like, she just, you can tell she's not into it. And she's like, that was about you. Like, come on. It's not about him.
That's the thing, though. I'm glad that they got it all out there, and
Yes.
it's cool to see. Like, and I'm curious as to how accurate that storyline is to what really happened when it came to Queen Elizabeth's kind of marriage prospects.
Well, I'm pretty sure Gideon Blackburn is not historically
No,
accurate.
he's not.
He's a
He's
fictional
like a
character.
Narcisse.
Exactly.
Just a really
We do love
handsome,
Narcisse, though.
handsome
And
fictional character.
Narcisse's female version.
Hi. Oh, hi.
But like, this makes me question, why didn't she marry Archduke? It's just, everything seems like, oh my God, he's even saying, hey, all you gotta do is be like, bye, Gideon, and
He's
You know
handsome.
what? At the end of the day, though, to be honest, even though I think it's the most difficult part for a queen is to do what's best for her reign, for her country, and to what's best for her heart, and also reconcile the two. And clearly, what we see in this episode is that Elizabeth is connected to Gideon. Her honest impulse is that she's in love with a different man, and yet for her country, she has to make a very difficult decision to marry this man, right? To marry this
and
Archduke.
I think she also feels like Gideon's the only person she trusts right now.
Yes.
And Gideon is all for England. He really, really is. And so one person, she only trusts one person, she only has one friend, to like say goodbye to that person, to bring this man in who she doesn't really know, who's saying, hey, let's rule together, which I think he's genuine.
Yes,
But that
he
is
seems
still a
pretty
lot
genuine.
to ask, I feel like, of a queen who has no one. And even her maid, what's her name? She's my new
Jane.
least favorite.
Jane.
Jane, you suck.
So, you know in the scene where they're at dinner,
Sorry, Megan. She's great. Megan's great. Jane?
Jane sucks.
so the scene where they're at dinner and he kind of, the Duke tells her, like, basically, like, oh, I know that you're in love with Gideon. I've seen the way you guys look at each other. And we still actually don't know if it's Jane, the one that's giving him information, or if it's something that he's come to, like, the conclusion based off looking at them.
Yeah.
But he basically calls her out. He's like, yeah, I know that you have a love affair with him. And she's like, but you slept with me knowing that. And I actually, even though at first I was like, oh, no, he didn't. Because we've, you know.
No, he didn't.
Lina and I last episode were like, Elizabeth, go for him. He's gorgeous and he's a duke and he wants like a real marriage. But then after that moment when he said that, I was like, what is Snake? Like Snake Part 2. And then when he broke it down, he was like, but you would have never given me a chance. I wanted to show you what we could possibly have together. And
Yeah.
that was such a great moment because that's so mature of him. We see Donnelly, who constantly has an ego, But this guy sits here and he knows that she has a past before him. They haven't really been intimate together yet. The engagement's not official, but he's still giving her an opportunity like, hey, I want you to see what love could be like with me. And honestly, that's kind of beautiful. I mean, there could be a whole ploy behind it. We still have 3 episodes left, but I would love for her to have love. And if this is Elizabeth's moment to have that, I really hope she's able to put, you know, her crazy love girl aside and give it a chance, because she could have a future with him, a throne, an heir. And the guy's just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like the flower room? What guy does that?
Oh,
a room full of flowers?
Yeah.
Take notes.
Take notes. Valentine's Day is only like 10 months away. Right? 10 months?
just for fun. It was a Valentine's Day.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
he
I
just
forgot
did it.
Thursdays.
But at the same
Anne's
time,
birthday. In case you're wondering what Anne likes, she likes a room full of flowers and chocolate-covered strawberries.
And champagne.
And champagne.
girls, come on, no, please.
And apparently
this is very
wine.
helpful.
I don't know if she's
Yes,
into
wine.
handbags, but she definitely wears gorgeous dresses. So if you want to get her a few more,
So great, just make notes.
it's like taking notes.
But to add to that, last little bit, he did deceive her. So
did.
Yeah. So can we? Yeah, and I think that's the thing.
as
that
much
she needs
as
to
you
think
know,
about.
this is the truth about being a royal. You have to reconcile really tough, difficult decisions. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be true love, or you really give your whole heart to something and put your whole heart into something
But
and
she's
have it work out.
Well,
Yeah.
and when
The
you
best way.
have to give your whole heart and soul as a royal to your country.
Exactly.
So you've already
First and
given it
foremost,
away.
So he
Yeah.
deceived her, but she's been deceiving him. First, she lied about the letters.
True.
She lied about her relationship with Gideon. And like I said, that scene, the second he was like, I know those letters weren't for me, I was like, no, he did not. Like, the Duke is a douche. Like, that's literally
I know.
the moment I had.
Hashtag the Duke is a douche.
No,
And
and
how
then,
stunning was that scene? First of all,
was
when Megan, when
beautiful.
like going
my God.
around in that little gazebo thing. Oh man,
That's
I was like mesmerized. I was like, wow.
but he wants
you're
her to give him a
gorgeous.
chance, guys. I can see where he's coming from. He wants a fair chance. He knows Elizabeth is in love with somebody else, and he wants that fair chance. So I feel like he's trying to sweep her off her feet. And like I said, he was very understanding. He's like, listen, your past is your past, but if we're going to get engaged at this point forward, like, I want a real life and a real marriage.
He did put his foot down.
Yeah.
You know, I do respect that. That's a very fair point.
And do you think she enjoyed, like, that scene? Because he's like, oh, don't act like you didn't enjoy it last night. So I wasn't sure. It was like, did she enjoy it? I couldn't tell based off.
I would say, based on this, yeah.
I mean, on
I'm gonna
set, did
say
she
yes.
enjoy it?
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
think she
kidding.
enjoyed it, but I think she feels guilt about enjoying it because right now Gideon is away, like fighting for her, like in France.
Yeah, that's the most interesting choice to make as an actor. Is like, what are the highest stakes? And yes, she did enjoy it. Absolutely, she enjoyed it.
You know who else regretted it was Claude. We talked about it like a few episodes ago. You could tell she regrets actually
falling for Luke.
Yeah,
because she's
so it's
still
crazy. Like it's kind of like my mom always said that after long enough you'll fall in love with any dog that you sleep next to. So it's like, is that as women, do you just fall in love for anything that like gives us a room full of flowers and some candles?
I love my dog.
No, I love dogs.
I was like, I don't think my dog Ella is just like a one-off. I think she's my dog, and I completely understand where
Yeah.
your mom's coming from, and she's a wise woman. Speaking of, I don't know, you got to be careful.
No, that is a
Speaking
good point.
of
Yeah,
Megan and like what you brought up about her and doing that scene, I feel like that is one of her awesome directorial kind of
She's such
choices.
a visual person.
But the movement that she has behind every scene and every shot, I really, really appreciate that, and that's something I really notice when it's her episode. It's just I feel like the camera is always moving, and the camera almost allows us as the audience to be a fly on the wall, kind of like listening in on this conversation. And
Yep.
I think that for like a show like Reign is so great because we are kind of like just peeking into these little like moments of these these royals' lives that are affecting an entire country. So it's kind of fun that she really like visually represents us as a fly on the
loved
wall.
picking her brain
Oh my God, I
from
can't-
as a director and as an actor, because working with her, we didn't have that many scenes, Megan and I, while we were doing it, but as a director, she is just so inspiring. And I remember her talking about, you remember that scene where Mary goes into the library and then first meets up with Bothwell and
Yeah.
him, and it was very important to her that is a new space in the castle that hadn't been
shown yet. Yeah.
And so it was really important to show the movement, and like as Mary discovers it, we, the audience, discover it with her.
It was a really
and I
cool thing.
loved hearing her speak to that, and she fought for that. She fought for that in the edit, and she, you know, because there's many different levels as a director that the edit goes to, and I really respect that, because I think it's important to have a vision and to have, you know, to not only to shoot something interesting, but to fight for what your vision is.
Yeah.
Right?
She just sets up the scene so well. Like, you actually feel like you're there watching it live. And either that or she just needs to be a wedding coordinator, because those two flower scenes, I'm like, this is definitely a feminine touch.
Whoever was the art director of who's your guys' do you know the set head of set design or whatever? Well, good. We always compliment the beautiful gowns, which we'll talk to you about that more when we get into kind of your interview. But the sets are amazing.
It's a huge team.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. So
effort.
huge shout out to the set dressers, the designers of the sets, and everybody. I need to get your names, and I will pull them up in like one of these episodes. I will give you all shout outs by name, but you guys do a great job, and especially when somebody like Megan directs and you get to really see these sets and how big they are and how much detail goes into them. It's really, really, really cool. So let's jump to France, because that's when we get to talk more to you, and everybody in the chat wants to know. They have lots of questions, so we're gonna get to your questions soon. So keep sending me your questions, and I'll scroll back through once we get into interviewing Ann. But France.
Yes, big episode in France.
Oh
well,
my
first
God.
of all, Henry takes matters into his own hands,
Henry
right?
does.
Like, at the very
He
beginning.
does. He says, you know what? I don't really care what Charles tells me I can and cannot do. England is over in our country, you know, trading and using our land without paying taxes, and I'm not okay with that.
For the benefit of France. Isn't that interesting? Because I find that, I think in this episode, for the first time, we see Henry as a little bit more of a mature, not just out for himself, but out for his country, right?
But that also helps
For the benefit of Spain, yeah.
It helps France, but it helps Spain too.
I mean, he's trying to steal his brother's mistress and his throne. He doesn't know how to, like, not keep what's not his.
Right.
He wants what he can't have. He's one of those people. Like we've all experienced those people growing up, especially like in elementary school. Like somebody, or like even like your siblings too. Like my sister never wanted like a dress or something, and then as soon as I got it, well, I want one too. And it's just like, no, Mom, this is my dress. Like, you know, but like, so I love how that. I feel like they're siblings. You really feel like they have that sibling rivalry.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's a testament to both those young actors. They're both really, really great. And all of you guys are great, because to be alongside such seasoned veterans, because it's such a mix of age groups, I feel like what you guys play with on Reign, everybody kind of really steps up, and you know, I don't know who's at what level, but yeah, I'm sure like the veterans kind of like help you guys, and like then the people who are, everybody just kicks butt.
Watching Megan and Craig work together is an art form. I mean, they choreograph every single piece of dialogue that they have together, and that scene, where they reconnect, the scene where they reconnect was
When your heart fell to your stomach.
that was one of the most, you know what's funny? So first and foremost, while we were shooting this episode, and I'm not going to get into many details because this is, you know, something personal, but Megan went through a personal loss in her life. I think she lost her father at the time, and it was a very difficult situation for everyone around, but not once did she not throw herself fully into the work, and I was very inspired by that. And so, you know, we were all very aware of what was going on, and we all just wanted to be there and support, and it was truly an incredible experience to be a part of. And everybody did throw themselves into that work. And to talk about that scene specifically, how brilliant are you? Like, our writers are just...
I mean, so
Stop!
what?
Like,
So
like, what?
So at first I'm like freaking out because you're in there, and I'm like, I know what you're gonna see, or Nicole.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
And then Henry.
Exactly.
Henry
like,
kept saying like, oh, I don't want you to have your heart broken. Henry, what do you think you're doing by bringing her in there to see what's gonna happen? It's gonna break her heart regardless. And then Henry's in there. I'm like, that's his mom.
Mom, that's the epitome of like, ah! So how wonderful is that? First of all, I think, okay, once Henry arrives on the scene, I think there was, what I loved is that they really showcased, you know, that little bit of connection that Henry and Nicole had. Because in many ways, like I personally loved playing with the 3 different relationships with the 3 different men that Nicole is interested in.
And the 2 different brothers.
At the very beginning, right? As soon as Henry comes in, he's very much on her level. You know what I mean? Even though she, at first, so she starts with
How
Charles.
old is that actor?
Nick?
Yeah.
Nick, I think, is 28 or 29.
Thank God, because he looks so young, and I was like, I have feelings, and like I just hope to God he's not like 18. Like,
No.
Okay.
Nick's a great guy. Yeah.
You guys literally need to be on an episode of Jerry Springer, and it's like I'm in love with 2 brothers, and I don't know which one I want to be with, and then I'm also in love with
who's
Narcisse.
the father?
Well, it's funny because at the beginning, so we start. I'm introduced into French court life with Charles, and with him because he's so young and so impressionable and so vulnerable because he connected so much with our lifestyle. It's easy for Nicole to sort of have true love, right? He truly loves Nicole. Therefore,
And he loves you for who you are.
Does Nicole
exactly.
truly love Charles? Like love in a like, does she truly care for Charles?
I will tell you what I think. So for me,
Yes.
I made a choice at the very beginning of working that yes, she has a true, genuine connection. He is the one that brought her to court.
Yeah.
The only reason that she's there in the mix in any way, shape, or form is because of him. So yes, she genuinely loves him. Is she in love with him?
No.
That's questionable.
So
She definitely loves Narcisse because Narcisse is the one who taught her. He's the mentor, right? He basically taught her everything she needs to know about how to integrate herself usefully into French court
To get what you want.
Exactly, and to be useful. And as a woman, it's very difficult as a
Kinda like a father
peasant
figure.
girl because
Yeah,
Catherine loves to throw those digs at me. I love that. Whenever they're like Nicole, Charles's peasant lover, or, every single time there's like one of those little digs and jokes, and Catherine is the one that totally trashes me all the time. But I love that because you're constantly reminded that she has very humble beginnings. Like as much as she is a lady, literally episode 2, she's already like decked out, and Charles has taken very good care of her, paraded around as almost his lady, his queen, right?
Nicole the opportunist.
Yes,
Really?
yes. In many ways, yes, she's an opportunist. But in other ways, like think about it, it's girl power. Like how else do you advance as a woman, and as a woman without any sort of wealth and means, right?
You're convincing me to actually like kind of like Nicole and like have some a little bit more empathy for her, because like this is the thing, she's such a character that you like. I think the best villains are the ones that you love to hate.
Yes.
I bring up Cersei a lot.
Yeah.
And I this is why we love Catherine. This is why we love Narcisse. This is why, and it's very rare that I think in the series Reign that there has been a villain introduced to us that hasn't had so many levels that we do kind of are like, but I don't want this person off the show because I like them. Like, but I like them because I like to really dislike them, and I like the crap that they kind of stir, so that they're just such an interesting character.
You know what's funny? So I was hired to do 5 episodes on the show, which then turned into 9 episodes, and I was immensely grateful for that. And it was like I was literally auditioned one day, and I was shooting a week later, exactly a week later, thrown into it. It was an amazing experience, but I didn't really have time to consider, the repercussions of that, like the implications of that. It's like, oh, okay. So right off the bat, in the very first episode, I had Charles and I had Narcisse, and I knew I needed to treat those relationships differently.
Yeah. They gave you that much of a heads up.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And then also what I loved is that, yes, she was an opportunist, but at first she did it for her family, right? She did want the gold. She did want the wealth. She was enjoying her life at court, but to help her family. And in many ways, I found that as a hook towards how I wanted to approach Nicole from an acting standpoint, and make her not just a manipulator, like she was like baby Narcisse. She's baby Narcisse.
Version of Narcisse.
Baby lady
The female
Narcisse.
version of Narcisse, which is such a juicy concept to begin with, and I loved that idea.
You did an amazing job at that.
Thank you so much. And how do you make that happen?
Yeah.
But also, for me personally, I always like to put heart into everything that I do. And so, yes, there has to be a genuine layer to her and to her needs behind all of her actions. You know what I mean? Not just for herself, but she does genuinely care about every single person that she interacts with. And yet, how do you reconcile strategically going up the ladder and the potential that going up the ladder brings with it.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Like, think about that. Like, think about the situation that Nicole is in right now. It's a very dangerous situation. Very dangerous, which is why that final scene, I loved shooting that final scene with Megan, where the two brothers are like, Charles brings in Henry to discuss, I know what you're up to, right? And then Henry and I share this look like, oh, shit. Oh God, what's gonna happen? Because I'm literally like, if Charles knew what had happened with Henry, I'm gone. Like, imagine I'm a peasant girl.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
be off with
my
your head.
loss, off with everything. It's like, get her out of here. Like immediately she's gone. It's a very dangerous situation to be put in. If now the other layer to this is that Narcisse doesn't know that I know.
Yeah.
So the manipulator.
Oh my gosh,
can
there's
the
only
manipulator
3
become-
episodes left!
Right? So think about, and then of course Henry and I share that secret of our connection, and is it genuine and is it not? And so as soon as I read this particular episode, it changed everything for me, because I was like, oh my God, you guys are brilliant. Rain Riders, I love you. I love you, because look at all these different avenues that you've opened up, and it's just all so, it's like life, it's real life. When you get into a situation, all of a sudden things just get completely out of your control. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do,
So if you could, I was actually thinking about asking you this question. I thought about it earlier today. So if you could rewrite the script, so this is not Reign related, you're not telling us what's going to happen next episode.
Yeah.
So if you can rewrite the Nicole role, and you can have a happily ever after, would you have it with Charles? Would you have it with Narcisse? Or would you have it with Henry?
This is a great question.
That is
I was
really
thinking
good
about that
Oh.
earlier because, and before you answer that, the reason why I was thinking is my favorite moment of yours in this entire season was the ending. I actually felt for you because you didn't just think you were going to get caught. I actually think you felt bad for Charles. And it's the first time I felt like she was human. Like, she's not just trying to rise up in station. She's not just trying to be obsessed with Narcisse that doesn't really want her. Because you always knew there was a side of Narcisse that might not want you, I felt like. So it's, the girls want the bad boy.
He was just very much ahead of me. Like, in life, when someone is just so, like, you just feel like you're chasing.
He's also fatherly for you, too. He's kind of
Yes,
like a guider. And then you have Charles, who I feel like is the best looking, probably. Or the most...
I mean, I could never think of Narcisse as a father figure, but
So, okay, so which one would it be?
looking father.
If Nicole could have her happily ever after, who would it be?
Yeah, so I'm going to say, I was thinking about that, too, actually, in general.
I mean, don't close your ears. She was thinking about that.
she's an actress. He's used to this.
It would probably have to be Henry. It would have to be Henry, and I'll tell you why. Because Henry's the future. Like, no matter how you look at it, he is a man. He's a man. He goes after what he wants. He goes after what he wants. Charles, and I'm telling you, I really do believe Nicole genuinely loves Charles, but is
I do
not
too.
necessarily in love with Charles at
It's
this
like,
very point.
he's in the friend zone.
But yes, it's more of those. Wow, he changed my life, and I will always be grateful for that.
And he
right?
loves
As
me
Nicole.
for you, as
and
I
he
said
loves
earlier.
me for me. But he's a little unpredictable. He's a little unstable, right? And he's also got many enemies. Henry is the future, and Henry is Henry's a bad boy. You know what I mean? Like, Henry goes after what he wants. Henry's gonna show off, and like at the dinner table,
Henry
be like,
doesn't listen to his mama.
Henry
Says,
But
sorry.
and he
But
goes out and fights the Turks and has results, and doesn't need mommy magic to do it.
Mommy. Sorry, Catherine.
Wait, did you hear what I think we need to do, because we're running out of time, so like, let's
no.
move on. I wanted to, let's interview you now, because I want to be able to get, we have so many questions in the chat, and that was such a great question, so we're just gonna slide into the interview. Who is your favorite person to do scenes with?
Oh God, Craig Parker.
Oh, yeah, that's sorry. I knew that answer.
He's brilliant. He's so awesome. He's just like, when you're there, it's very connected and very real and simple. It's easy. It's great.
I think they meant who was the favorite kissing scene.
Oh!
No, I'm kidding. I made that up, but we want to know, right?
Who's your, her boyfriend is staring her down right now, guys.
It's very hard.
Hold on, to be exact,
it's very
he's
difficult
like
to
this.
answer.
Like, you better not answer that.
Guys, I swear to God,
Who?
there is no real answer to this question because it's
stop
just,
it.
it's
Yes,
just
there
so
is.
fun.
His name is Narcissus, and we can move on.
Okay, to be honest with you guys, there was a scene, and we weren't making out, but there was a scene that was cut from the show with Charles and I at the very second episode, and Fred Gerber directed us in this incredible, like, you remember when there's that scene where we roll off and we're like, ha ha ha, and he's like, oh, I love being Protestant.
Yes,
he's like,
yeah,
I'm Protestant, and, you know,
Yeah.
I know you're trying to help me, but yeah, there was a whole first part of that scene where Charles and I...
Bound chicka wow wow.
Okay.
Oh my God. and-
Where are these edits?
I
Where are
know,
the
I
clips?
know. It
We
was
want the rain deleted scenes
Guys,
and blooper
I
reel.
swear to God, it was so much fun. It was like a whole like this beautiful bed frame, and we had this whole choreographed thing that we were doing. It was excellent. It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
That's-
that was fun.
Beautiful bed frame. Beautiful bed frame champagne. I love this.
Guess
I love
who's
this.
sleeping on the couch tonight?
Ah! Okay, I'm gonna pull some questions from the chat.
Keep drinking.
Keep drinking. He's like, he
Should
has the rest
Sarah.
of the champagne. So let's see. Okay. Not done abusing you. Asked. Will Henry now use Nicole against Charles? Like, is he gonna use this? Blackmail against. I mean, I don't know how much you can tell us. But
I'm going to say that he's in a very good position right now.
he is.
Because at the very end, I love the way that episode ends, because he's like, brother, you will never have what I have, or something
And he
like
gives
that.
that like look.
And
like,
there's the...
oh, I did last night. Was it last night, right? It was the night before?
It was, yeah.
So-
Although I am wearing the same dress, so it's questionable. It might have been like 20 minutes before, but...
Whoa! Nicole gets around!
Walk of shame.
it's the same dress.
Oh my god.
I love that dress. That was one of my most favorite dresses
Gorgeous
of all
dress.
time.
My favorite thing about Nicole is you get the coolest hair.
Oh,
I feel like you there's a certain thing they do with your hair and they've done with your styling that really differentiates you from the other women of court. And it makes you just seem edgy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you seem like kind of like less or more. It just gives you this kind of edge. You seem kind of like a rock star groupie, like kind of walking. I mean, I don't know if that went into
all
it.
us
but-
girls were joking around. They were all, even the queens were like, girl, you got the best hair.
Well, she
You
looks
got-
like
you
she
got
has
the best-
sex hair. Like she always just had sex. Doesn't it?
I just think it just is not as it's just so different and edgy, and I just really
Yes.
appreciated that detail goes into kind of your character on top of like all the other characters.
It takes
Every
an
little thing.
hour, so it's all my hair, and
Yeah.
there's like a little tiny extension in the back usually that we do to just floof it out a little bit, and it takes about an hour and a half to braid and curl.
Oh my god.
Every single day.
I
It
would
was
never want to take it
phenomenal.
out.
Oh no, I would rock it. I would go home and I would rock it on the subway sometimes, and I get like these awesome looks. And I was like, yep.
Cool.
This is it. I went
hair.
out several times with it. I'm telling you, it was like I did not want
So,
to take it out. It
Who
was
does the
amazing.
hair on Reign? Because I need you to do my hair all the time.
Lucy Orton. You have a new client.
Lucy
just
Orton.
so you know.
Hi. Next event I go to, if you're in Los Angeles, I'd love you to do my hair. Thank you.
It was amazing, and I really appreciated that. That extra bit of care. It does help. Like I'm telling you guys, when you're wearing these incredible dresses that I feel so
there's such a
lucky.
stunning canvas to work with.
Oh,
Obviously, you
that's
have
so-
great hair, beautiful eyes, great style.
Keep going. Keep going.
No, yeah,
Like, tell me more.
More. No, but I felt enormously grateful, genuinely enormously grateful. Just like my closet, every week, like we would have these fittings, and they would just bring in some of the dresses we didn't end up using, and I was heartbroken.
I know you tweeted
know.
or you Instagrammed that one, which was
There
so
are a few that I genuinely, I'm like, no, we got to showcase this. Like, it's my crappy behind the scenes picture in this thing, but I'm showing it anyway because it was just so amazing. And I think, and the entire costumes team was just, they were all custom made. They're all custom made for you, and the time and effort that it takes, I can't even imagine.
Did you get to keep anything from set?
What did I keep? I think I kept a pair of earrings.
That's it.
Um,
I would have stuck one of those dresses. I would have stuck it in my suitcase. Like, I'm wearing
You
this
know
shit for
what it was?
Halloween.
Going to the Ren Fair every year. Got the best costume.
I wish. You know what it was? Genuinely, the way that we heard that we were canceled was so sudden.
They did that on purpose. You don't steal any of the clothes.
Yeah,
happened?
and it was, we heard it like a week before, or maybe 2 weeks before we ended up, like before the end of shooting everything. And so everyone was a bit like, oh, oh, okay. So yeah, it was a bit of a scramble. There was a lot of tears. It was really sad. And as we were shooting the final episode, they were tearing down sets, like in, you know.
I just think it was a mistake. I think it's because this is the thing. CW, I feel like they're all superhero shows now, and this is like a historical show that it has these really wonderful, strong female characters and relationships, and I can bitch about it, you know, all night long, but I'm just upset about it because I really feel like this season has just been so good.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's great to get out on top.
Yeah.
That's my saving grace,
yeah.
you know, that I really, really appreciate is when, you know, you want to be a part of a show that is genuinely extraordinary. And I am so grateful to be a part of the final season of Reign. You know what I mean? Because it has gotten to a level of excitement that I think is going to be worth it. And guys, the last 3 episodes, I'm not even joking, will blow your mind.
Really?
It needs to get picked up. I'm sorry. Like, the show is incredible, especially this last season. It needs to get picked up.
We need to wrap up, but I asked anybody who's in here, I asked these questions really quick, so these are going to be rapid fire.
Gosh, okay.
Rapid fire, really, really, really
Woo!
quick. One, because I always, like, you have to put it out in the universe so it can happen. Dream actor to work with in the future.
Oh my God. Brad Pitt.
Dream actress to work with in the future.
Ooh. Oh, this is so hard. Juliana Margulies, actually.
Oh, that's a good. Dream director to work with.
James Cameron, just because Titanic was one of the first films that ever just destroyed.
Blew your mind.
Blew my mind, and I would love to work. And he's Canadian, so hi, James.
Hey. Dream role. Do you have a dream role?
This was my dream role.
Really?
I'm not just saying it. It's funny, my agent and I joke about this all the time. I have been wanting to do a period piece for a very long time. And when this came along, it was just a total dream come true. And the fact that this character has so many layers and I'm able to put a little bit of heart behind, you know, we called her the duplicitous farm girl at the very beginning. Duplicitous farm girl. It's just such a multi-layered, you know, awesome kick-ass role that this was my dream role. So now I got to make another dream. Oh my God,
now you got to put a new dream out there. New dream out there.
Got to put a new dream out there. Yep.
Yeah, think about it. Well, tweet about it. Let us know when you have decided
I promise
what that next
I
one
will.
is.
Yeah.
Any dream franchise to ever be a part of?
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm a nerd and I love all
Avatar.
Oh, James Cameron. Hey, you killed 2 birds with 1 stone with that one.
Oh, I mean, I can't wait to see the new ones coming out. It's just he just does such cool work.
Well, they haven't started filming it yet, so you can still get in on that one.
Hi, James.
Call Ann Pirvu. Call her James Cameron, and you call me, and
Could you imagine her in body
I
paint?
will call you. Yes, girl.
Oh my
Can
God.
you? Can you
Those
not?
blue eyes? My God.
well, they put her in a
Blue on blue
mocap
on blue.
suit, so I don't know if Zoe Saldana ever put the blue paint on because they had her in the mocap suit the whole time.
True.
So
I don't know how that works, but put me whatever you want, guys. I'm ready.
I don't know.
So good.
I'm getting yelled at now by our producer. Need to wrap. Any final things you can tell us about the next 3 episodes, or any final hints you can drop before we wrap up?
I'm going to say that all the fans, think about the things that matter to you most. You're going to get them.
Ah! Yes!
Just tell us.
Tell us! From the bottom of my heart wish I could, but just think about the things that matter to you most, and you're
As
gonna
a
get
fan, I just want to come to a screening party with all of you guys. That's all I'm saying. We got 3 episodes left to do it. So I've been with Reign since season 1. Anyways, thank you so much, Ann, for being here.
Thank you for having me,
You can
guys.
come back anytime. Let us know what projects you're working on in the future. Do you have anything coming up that you
Absolutely.
can kind of pitch?
I'm working on a magazine right now,
Ooh.
which I'm really, really excited about, and it's going to be an LA edition, actually. So,
Awesome.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Well,
Pep-
let us
Pep
know so we
magazine.
can Pep magazine, so we can kind of share it on our social medias as well.
Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
on your
Really
dream
appreciate
role,
it.
and you're so sweet, you guys. She's the sweetest human being. I'm always gonna feel bad when I hate Nicole because
Hate
I'm
her,
like,
guys.
but Ann is so nice. She's so cool. So where can we find all of you guys as we wrap out the show?
You can find me on social media at Lina Noory and Twitter at Lina Noory _.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at Ann Pirvu.
You guys can find me all over the interwebs at Keetin Marchi. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.